Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, honors to our brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith, and Shalom to all the sincere believers, which includes the scattered Israelites who are amongst these other nations and look like these other nations. Now, this lesson is going to be particularly based on the fact that the Lord is angry with these wicked people every day. Hence why the Lord is turning things up in the world, and these wicked people are struggling and suffering more. So through the Spirit, I'm going to get some precepts, and Lord's will, you're edified. Psalm 7 and 11. Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. And that's right. And like it says in Zephaniah 3 and 5, the just Lord Yahweh is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. So basically, the Lord is angry with these wicked people every day. And then every morning he brings his judgment upon these wicked people to light. Whether it's someone's house burning down, or someone dying in a fire, whether it's the Lord having sent a tornado through a certain town and destroying a bunch of people's homes, whether it's people getting into a multi-vehicle crash, whether it's somebody getting shot, getting stabbed, or multiple people being shot or stabbed. These are the judgments of the Lord. These are the physical manifestations of the Lord's anger towards these wicked people. Like it says in Ecclesiasticus 39 and 28, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes, and in the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. So every time judgment takes place, that's the Lord's spirits of vengeance, appeasing his wrath by executing his judgments upon these wicked people. I have the definition of angry here. It says angry describes feeling or showing strong annoyance, displeasure, or hostility, often due to perceived injustice or thwarted goals. It can also mean physically inflamed or threatening. Common synonyms include enraged, furious, irate, mad, incensed, and livid. And these are all the feelings that the Lord has towards these wicked people. They want to run around here saying blasphemous things. They want to be out here doing drugs and drinking too much and partying too much and eating abominable foods and getting tattoos and dyeing their hair all sorts of crazy colors and being sexual deviants and committing adultery and all sorts of things. So all of these feelings the Lord has towards them. So when these wicked, simple-minded Christians are out here talking about, oh, the Lord loves everybody and all of that, clearly he doesn't. There's a group of people that he is angry with every day because of their continual wickedness. He's daily displeased with these people. He's daily annoyed with these people. He's daily enraged and furious and mad at these people. And this is why you're not supposed to listen to these Christians, because they're simple-minded and the Lord did not put his spirit upon them. The scriptures tell us that the Lord dwelleth not in temples made with hands. Going up in these harlot houses, the Lord does not dwell in these harlot houses. The men that you're supposed to be listening to are the men who are out there on those highways and hedges, particularly the men of Great Millstone. Isaiah 48:22. There is no peace, saith the Lord Yahweh, unto the wicked. And that's right. And that's why the hits just keep coming when it comes to these wicked people. It's just one thing after another. They lose their job. They can't find another one. They can't pay their bills. Or even if they have a job, given what's happening with the economy, it's getting harder and harder for them to survive, and obviously that goes for everybody, but those of us whom the Lord is dealing with, those of us of the hopeful elect, you see, the Lord, He's always making a way for us to continue to take care of ourselves and our loved ones. But for these wicked people, there is no helping them. Things are just going to get continuously worse. A lot of people, they can no longer afford to go on vacations, even though they're working 2 or 3 jobs. There's a lot of people who can't afford to go and hang out with their friends anymore. They can't go to the bars and the clubs every weekend like they used to because they can't afford it. By the time they get done buying groceries and paying their rent and paying all their bills, they really don't have any money left over to do anything. The Lord, He's shutting down all the fun, all the mirth that these people used to enjoy. And things are going to get a whole lot worse as the economy tanks more and more and everything becomes more expensive. People are going to struggle a lot more. They're not going to be able to pay their phone bill. They're not going to be able to pay any of their bills. The heat's going to get shut off. The water's going to get shut off. The lights are going to get shut off. They're going to get kicked out of their home or their apartment if they're in an apartment and they're paying rent. If they have a car, the car is going to get repossessed. It's going to be harder and harder for people to afford groceries. These wicked people, they're really not paying attention to everything that's going on and how bad things are about to get for them. They're over here trusting in Esau, thinking that, Esau's going to, lower the price of everything and everything's going to be fine. The scriptures tell us in Psalms 118:8 that it is better to trust in the Lord Yahweh than to put confidence in man. These people, they're putting their confidence in man. They're putting their confidence in Esau, and that's going to blow up in their face. Meanwhile, those of us who are trusting in the Lord, we're going to be taken care of in these times of calamities. Second Ezra 8:50, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. And that's right. Many great miseries are coming. And these people, they don't understand that. Some people will talk about it, but they don't understand how severe it's actually going to get out here. The price of gas, filling up your tank, it's going to it's going to get way too expensive. People are not going to be able to just go to the grocery store and get 2-3 bags worth of groceries. People are going to start just running up in these stores and stealing stuff because they people need to eat, but they're not going to have any money. There's going to be fights and even stabbings and shootings breaking out at the gas pumps because there's going to be lines of cars waiting to fill up their gas tank because people are going to be like, how else am I supposed to get to work? People are not going to have money to take a bus or a train. And a lot of people, they live far from where they work, so they're not going to be able to walk there. Things are about to get very, very bad out here. People are going to be out here starving to death. People are going to be out here running up in other people's homes looking for food. It's good. And all these apocalyptic movies that have been being made recently, those are the Lord warning people, letting you know that it's going to get like that out here. But a lot of these people, they're so simple-minded that they think that that's all just, for entertainment. They're not looking at the spiritual aspect of it. They're not watching these apocalyptic movies and then linking it up to the scriptures. So they think it's all fun and games, ha ha ha. They have no idea that those very things that they're watching and laughing at are about to become their daily life. The power's going to go out. They're going to try to call the police. All they're going to get is a dial tone. There's going to be roving gangs of, in particular, men looking to do things to women, running up in people's house, raiding their kitchen, killing people. These wild animals are going to get let loose on these people. It's going to get so chaotic out here. And those of us of the hopeful elect, we can see it because the Lord has blessed us with the ability to foresee the evils. And we're foreseeing the evil and we're warning the people as we're supposed to do. But majority of these people, they're not listening. They're not taking heed to it. They're disregarding what the men of the Lord are saying. They're saying that we're crazy and we're just trying to fear monger and all of this. And it's like, no, we're not. We're warning you of what's about to happen. But at the end of the day, if the Lord does not want these people to hear the warnings and take heed to the warnings, there's nothing we can do. All we can do is just keep the faith and stay prayed up and stay circumspect and continue to watch. And just to the best of our ability, distance ourselves from these people because we know what's coming for them. Nothing but death and destruction and violence and chaos is about to rain down upon these people, the likes of which they have never experienced. And so many people are about to die. So many people are about to die. But we have to remember, like it says in Job 4:7, remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? And the answer is that nobody has perished being innocent. So all of these people, these wicked men, these wicked women, these wicked kids, these wicked elderly people, they're all about to die because they're not innocent in the eyes of the Lord. Through their wickedness, they have angered the Lord. And all of these great miseries are the judgments of the Lord that are about to be poured out upon them to punish them for angering the Lord, for provoking him unto wrath. And like it says in verse 8, Slakia, I'm going to get it because I don't want to mess it up. It says, Job 4:8, even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. And that's what's about to happen. All of these wicked people who have been running around here just being as wild and wicked as they can, they're about to reap what they've sown. They've provoked the Lord unto wrath, and now they're about to be heavily punished for it. And there is nothing that they'll be able to do to stop these judgments from happening. They're going to have to take these hits. So for all you sincere brothers and sisters, just keep watching. Stay locked in. Stay prayed up. Stay fervent in his faith. And hope that the Lord, will keep his hedge of protection over you. And that you have been chosen from the foundation of the world to endure unto the end and be saved. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash, the water Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to all the sincere believers. Hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up, and Adawan, Ratazah. Until next time, Shalom.